what it is, guard it, guard it, guard this art form of great value, and utilize it, right? Utilize it for the sake of our children, for the sake of our society, our culture. Utilize it, pay attention to it. So we give thanks to the Almighty Creator for life. We give thanks to the Almighty Creator for Calypso, for the expression, for the opportunity, for the creativity. And myself and Mr. London, we talking, and it have a few Londons there, so I ain't sure which one. We talking, and we talking the decline in participation sometimes as well for extempo, and in understanding what extempo is, you know, I had to comment. I say it is a real display of intelligence. It's a real display of the ability to think, the ability to listen and to respond, the ability to be creative, and it is a art form that we utilize in our schools as young men, and certainly as maybe young women as well, right? Forgive me all, for the most part I went boys school, right, for secondary school. But when a man gives some talk, you have to be able to take that talk, flip it on him, give him back a talk, and you might have an audience very often. So people listening, and if you could mess him up, if you can mess him up in a creative way, turn around where you say if your ability with language is creative enough, you would get from the crowd that is listening the cheer that certifies to you that you have won whatever argument or whatever is not even sometimes an argument, right? Whatever discussion that you're having. But you have to be intelligent, and you have to be creative and witty, and you have to listen, and you have to think on your toes. You can't be slow and dumb down. You can't be slow. All this is encapsulated. You have to be on point as a Calypsonian. You have to be on the pulse of the people. You have to understand what is going on in current affairs. Sometimes you have to go to another Caribbean or place beyond our shores. And as Brian was saying, you have to be able to quickly assess the climate and understand what is going on and what is topical for people, and utilize that in where you express in order to captivate your listener. And if you listen to the great Calypsonians, they are extremely intelligent individuals. I could play Calypso whole morning. I was thinking to play a Sparrow after, but let me get on with my program before I get reprimanded for being outside the lane, and the limitations, of course, in terms of copyright, and my desire for people who view online to have the ability to watch the show. So that's why I didn't want to play too much Calypso. But you have to give it to the most successful of our Calypsonians the level of intellect that it takes, the level of consciousness as well, for us to feel what you're saying. You have to be on the pulse of the people. I was going to play Cashless Society. I want to play Sparrow, but it I endless tune to play. and there are endless stations, and playing of calypso comes to an end, or came to an end so long ago. Very rare. And that in itself is not positive. But of course our calypsonians are resilient, and many of them are reinventing themselves, many of them pushing the envelope of what a calypso is, right? They ain't sticking to the blueprint. Good morning, Mr. Shaq. They going a little further, putting more music, whatever else in it, following or not following the usual tempo, because the product has to be palatable, and you have to even extend yourself beyond what is just traditional to hold people and sometimes bring them closer to what is traditional as well. Good morning to Irfan Als, Chucky Gordon, Kareen, everybody. Love. And we have to guard our beautiful gifts. We have to appreciate coming out of the best of us. I mean, the best of our spirit and of our intelligence and of our love. Because real art is a manifestation of love as well. Eh? When you hear a song from the heart, you know it comes from the heart. When you hear a song of concern, you know that person is concerned. When you hear the delivery of that song. Melanie Hudson, to go further back, I ain't even sure if that's Calypso. Boy, Calypso is all kind of thing, right? Is the mother of so much as well. When you hear I Will Be There For You, and you hear the tone and the depth, it comes from the stomach of a mother, of that love, that concern. Who could sing like Sandra, boy? Who could want us more than a mother who cares for all of us? A mother who feel that pain, and that pain out of love for Trinidad and Tobago, for the children, for her young black boys. Who could feel that more and express that better? So we really sometimes, because we are so loaded with blessings, take some of them for granted. And I don't want us to take Calypso for granted. Alright, so we're on top of the hour. We'll just take the break and then we'll be back. Blessings.
Tune in to The Street 919 FM for Gospel in the Bone Ministry every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message. Hosea chapter 4 says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood." Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on The Street 919 FM.
Are you searching for answers to life's questions? Those things that disturb and concern you the most? Why all the wickedness? Why the suffering in the world? Will it end? Who is responsible? Well, if so, Join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
What are you doing? Big D, big fun, KFC, so we big on the ground. The big nation, cause you don't know we were the crown.
It's a big D.
Say what you want, KFC, so we lead in front. We are big nation, TNT and KFC, one motion.
Come to KFC, let we hold our vibe, and let we join together, because KFC is life. It's a big D.
Say what you want, KFC, so we lead in front. We are big nation, TNT and KFC, one motion.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Hi there, I'm Lester Suglal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Merry Christmas.
Starting November 1st, we kick off the Parang and Christmas season right here. Ready to hear your song? Email us your request at street919music@gmail.com with your contact number, and you will get to shout out your music on the air.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from King's Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassycruises@gmail.com.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. IWER George on Instagram. Share the live. IWER TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. Good morning again to Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, all those all over the world who are listening, tuned in, whether it's via IWER TV or YouTube, or whether you're joining us on Facebook, and also, of course, there are people, so many people on the airwaves. Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago and everyone else. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Ford. How are you, sir?
Yeah, man. I good. And you?
By the grace of God.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
As you were talking on the topic of Calypso, I heard a remix of Shadow's Music Suite. I can't remember the guy who sang it. What Mr. Ford is a mess. There are some songs that I don't think other people should record it or sing it over. I mean, man, you can't mess up with it. You could have downloaded on YouTube or wherever. I can't remember the name of the singer. Boy, if you hear that man sing that, then go there, boy. It's a mess. A mess. Yeah. So some songs are just supposed to be left alone by the original singer. Yeah.
Well, after you tell me that, I ain't really downloading that, you know, so I'll go stay away and ease up my ears.
Yeah, ease up your ears. I saw it as some call. I might call in after and probably so they heard it and what, you know. Yeah. Well, Mr. Ford, I know that somebody or one or two people called yesterday concerning the meeting with the opposition leader, the ambassador of Venezuela.
Yeah.
And the way it was put over as though something wrong was done. But it's a custom. It's a customary thing because I saw with the opposition leader of the UNC, Mrs. Kamala Prasad-Bissessar, she met with the ambassador of the US in 2019. And she also met with the former ambassador for the USA in 2023. She was accompanied by with Mr. Lee, Mr. Rodney Charles, and Mr. Tanku was there also. So it's nothing strange, it's nothing new, it's not a secret. And a matter of fact, Mrs. Beckles didn't go and meet with the ambassador. He visited her. So it's not like if she left and go. He paid her a courtesy visit.
Yeah. So just in the middle of the tensions, you know, some people would take it a certain way and find that it may undermine what else is taking place. Optics as well, but people are entitled to their view. I don't think from what has been explained coming out of the meeting, there isn't so much anything really sinister. And then as an opposition as well, brother, I understand that an opposition who obviously wants to get back into government, that's part of the way that they function as well. So I ain't really making a big issue out of it, but I could understand why people who assiduously have views might take a issue. That's my opinion.
Yeah, so it's not really a big thing where I'm concerned. I'm just clearing the air on the fact that it's a normal thing that has happened, and it's still happening. It's a normal thing. Ambassadors make courtesy call to prime ministers, to opposition leaders, as the case may be. Also, Mr. Naked yesterday, going into the house there, when I asked about the situation with Mrs. Beckles, He said that the PNM will do anything to get back in power, and he described them as dogs.
Yeah.
He described the PNM as dogs with fleas and ticks, as the case may be.
And rabbit, I think rabbit.
Yeah, and somebody break it down and told me that's the full meaning of it.
Yeah.
Right? A real nasty ragged dog now. And this is only coming to me for a senator, because with my money paying him at the end of the day, you could talk about the issues that affecting the land as the case may be, but to go to that level, remember Mr. Ford, Mr. Naked was the same one who was in a country there where they took away his passport in something he got involved in, and he was crying with snot running out his nose. And it's the PNM who got him out of there. Yeah. Right? He was making so much appeal to get out, and he crying, and I want to go back to my homeland and all these things. And it's the PNM, tears running down his face, snot running out, and it's the PNM having to go and get him out of there. The Bible says that ungratefulness is worse than witchcraft. So I dare Mr. Nake to remember these things. Mr. Ford, you have a good day, sir.
Yeah, you as well. So, Trinbagonians and our use of language continuously. And I mean, I ain't going to go into it and take too much issue with it, because this has been the modus operandi for a while. Morning, KFC. What happening, brother?
I call that he's a real rabbit dog, boy. But I can say, sure, the PNM will do anything to get him power. They're fast. And the outer place, there's traitors on board. So why didn't go to Venezuela and live?
He's trouble, yes, KFC. Yeah, man.
We are a friendly country anyway necessary. You feel Venezuela nationals going against Venezuela in Trinidad, yeah? They love their country, regardless of what.
Yeah, but some of them will go against Maduro. There's some of them who obviously on a different political grounding. And that's the nature of politics, man. So me ain't getting into too much.
I stand with the Honorable Council Sister, she are very like that.
Yeah.
But drugs and
I like
mashing up the community forward.
Yeah. I like this statement.
Because it's plenty.
Out of the statement, I like when he says she's gratis to so many of us. Even though Venezuela might say she's persona non grata to many Trinbagonians, and of course it have those who may share a different view. That's your respectful view, but to many of us she's grata.
Yeah, because April 28th, we give she a mandate to hold, so she love We don't care about Venezuela. Venezuela will benefit from Venezuela. Rowley and Storch and bring Venezuelans there to eat out all the food. Take all the little small work and thing. Remember when you man not job ground for August holidays, they're going for a little work, they're not hiring. We local don't hire Spanish. And they send them back all the money and cripple the economy here. Send them home, and that early morning caller, you go to Venezuela too and live there. Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't go so far, but those comments and views are the views of our callers. Senator Naked and other senators as well. Very artistic in their language, very interesting comments as well. And that's part of the politics in Trinidad. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Good morning. You see, what was automatically popular? Right. Here you tend to defend market rubbish and disrespect. And here we're going on. That is disrespect to African people. Because when you say PNM, I could express myself. My view is that that's a level of disrespect to African people. Because when you describe PNM, the 99% of them describe them as African. The man even made a statement. Everybody who have PNM people employed should fire them. He said so.
Yeah, but PNM people are not African people per se.
I hear what I'm saying to you. The wider community, especially the UNC people, see PNM people as African people. Just how they would describe that PNM people see East Indian people as UNC people, it's across the board.
No, that's my opinion.
So you could deny that. So let me move on.
We go beyond
move
that.
on to this.
AV drilling is PNM. And
let's move on to this matter, this diplomatic matter that we have going on here, because I hear a gentleman.
Go ahead.
Excuse me. I hear a gentleman try to describe to you just now, and you try to spin the story, and you have a man that don't twist the back of a spoon to a hard dumpling, call there and talk a whole heap of rubbish that make no sense. But in Trinidad and Tobago, we had an OFAC license when Biden was in office. Up comes Dragon Gas saying go do nothing for we. Up comes them. Go and get the same OFAC license. And say, and everybody jump up. Look at what the Prime Minister do. She got an OFAC license. The same people wanted to know what the OFAC license was about underneath Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley and Stuart Young. When they get it now, nobody want to know. All they tell me is a better deal than what them to get. So I say, well, these are 649. We have to be well done to see America. Because I could play cricket, me no baseball, but I could bat a ball. Them get a baseball bowler to throw at a batsman. But I could bat. So anyhow it come. And hit them at 649. Right, so me taking our story to tell them they get a OFAC license and everybody here jumping up. Right. So I ask the question, who going and talk to Venezuela? I even asked it right here. Who going and talk to Venezuela? And nobody here could answer. The Prime Minister, Minister of Energy say he going and say, but how them could go when them is the same people, when they were in opposition under the PNM, said that Guaido is the president and wanted this administration to support Guaido when Trump was in office in his previous incarnation. So from since then, they was Trump supporters. That's why when they get into office, I tell everything that's going on here is the same thing that's going on in America.
Yeah.
There was a Trump supporter since then, wanted the PNM to support Guaido. The Prime Minister said whoever answered the phone in the White Hall or the office in Venezuela is who is he going to support as the Venezuelan president. That story come and done. Up comes, they get the OFAC license. Who are they going to talk to? The same people today telling me that Penny is a betrayal to Trinidad and Tobago because she has had a visit from the Venezuelan ambassador. So if Penny is a betrayal, she's not patriotic. So when them get the OFAC license, who them was going to talk to get the gas? That wasn't going to be patriotic. So that's why I saying that they was fooling us, because they know a fact that they couldn't go and talk to nobody in Venezuela. They have to wait until there's a regime change in Venezuela to go and talk to anybody with this OFAC license. That is why they are supporting Trump, because they cannot go and talk to anybody. So until the regime changes, that is why this thing escalates. How they know it? That is why they come and they take away every single other opportunity for we to get a little gas and oil. They take it away day before yesterday or yesterday. So right now, my economy is at a standstill. I have one company, they jump and tell them they have to pay more money for taxes to use the port. You know what the company tell them? It's 600 workers. And you know what they tell me? They was paying a peppercorn rate under the PNM could negotiate. When we do hear this story, it's because the PNM was charging 5 cents for 20 years and them need money. So they want to raise it to 50 cents. Already company doing. Companies say, well, I'm going to pack up and leave because I have a problem with getting what? Gas. I have a problem with gas.
Yeah, and
so when we get no gas, no way.
Paying as well. So
it doesn't matter. The main problem, they work out the payment issue before they leave. You know that? Them try to fool me, to make me feel that the problem was payment at the port, until the company will we go ease down the payment. And the company had a meeting and agreed to ease down the payment for the port. But when they done the same company turned around and tell them they were going on, are still going because I have a gas issue. That's what happened.
Yeah, I hear your point. What I also want to advance here, brother, is that even though at the point in time now there are tense negotiations and tense issues between all parties involved, right? Trinidad as a lesser entity.
Which negotiations with who you're talking about?
Let me finish. America, Venezuela, even though there are tensions right now and it is extremely hostile.
Mr. Baca.
Listen to me. I listen to you right there.
Yeah, let me hear.
Yeah. Still, at this point in time, American company Chevron is taking oil from Venezuela, right? And it may well be, and we hope that, and I think you hope that as well, that all of this will ease at some point and we will be able to access this gas for the benefit of Trinidad and Tobago. I hope so, and I know you hope so as well.
Mr. Baca, that hope you're talking about is not what the world, and that hope you're talking about is not what the American government is talking. The American government is telling the world, Trump told the world that he wants a regime change in Venezuela.
Yeah.
That's what Trump is saying.
And that's why I'm now telling you too.
And hold on, there is no negotiation.
At the same time, America is doing business with the same Maduro.
I am not disputing.
It ain't no friends in this.
Hold on, brother man. We are not disputing that. Because Chevron money, that is why I said to them, if you notice, when we signed our same deal with our same company we talking about, is when this whole thing start moving further than farther away, because we signed the same deal with the same company. That Chong had made that arrangement then. I don't know what this administration went and discussed. As them discuss that, a man said, see the crime in Trinidad, and the vice president started telling me what the crime. I said, but who you having a conversation with a man trying to tell me because he watching the news and reading the news? Fine. As we done signed our deal, this whole thing with the prime minister come out to tell Guyana, if you touch Venezuela, if you touch Guyana, as she signed our deal with that same company you're talking about, she might get brave.
Right.
So I understand what's going on here, brother man. You're not talking to a dunce.
Yeah. Thank you very much, brother.
So that is making no sense to me.
Yeah.
Because I understand by she signing that deal, that in order that the same company that's taking out the oil from Venezuela now could give you oil to get to run Petrotrin. That is the deal. So America, she sided with America in order to hopefully that she would get the CARICOM to go along with she to have a regime change in Venezuela. That is why the man who is in charge of the fleet for this entire part of the Caribbean resigned. Mr. Baca, who you talking to?
I don't know. Do you see that part? I ain't sure about that part.
You ain't sure about that one.
That is interesting.
That is what all analysts around the world is assuming the reason for the man who was in charge of that fleet, the first black man with 4 stripes, resigned. Come on, Mr. Baca.
Yeah,
you went to school
thank you very much.
in Libya, so you're not a dunce. Enjoy your day.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I want to believe also that you are not a dunce. And I've never, and I listen to a wide extent of the commentary on what is taking place regionally, because it's also now international news as well. And I have not seen that position being advanced. But it's interesting conjecture. What I will say is that business is such that today we have issues between each other, and tomorrow we can further our economic interests together. And I would tell you that the same people that are back and forth, because America and Venezuela are back and forth in a more serious way than Trinidad and Tobago could ever be, and they're still doing business, and they will do business in the future. Regime change or not, you better believe that. Sorry, callers, I know there are a few people trying to get in, and I'll give you all the opportunity. So let's understand the dynamic. Let us also hope for easing of the tensions in the region as well. That's what myself and others hoping, praying for as well. Some easing and some cooling of the situation, because it is bigger also than just us alone, and it's not even Venezuela and America alone either. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning to you, Mr. Baca.
Hey, good morning to you, man. Blessings.
Yeah, I know listen and watch. It's hard to try that to go forward. You know why? Because of the supporters of party. A man now saying, the Benjamin Benjamin, no, you say, and eat out all the food. let me tell people of what is given and helping. The person who asks you for something and you give them, you feel proud that that is visible. You give them something visible. But that person giving you something more than what you give them, you know. You know why? They bring out God's goodwill in you. You understand? No. If somebody asks you something and you have it and you blank them, that is a sin. Because you have it to give them, but you blank them. But you move from anything, that is a big sin. You understand? So the person who asks you of something, helping you. Oh, I come and let us come here. Yeah, on the phone. No. It's helping you more than you helping them, you know. Because I'm helping you spiritually. Things like I said, because I tell you, do the right hand to the left hand doing.
Yeah.
And I don't understand what I mean. That is what it's like we're talking about. Because them helping you spiritually, them come like, they come as though them making you give God and give them.
Yeah, I understand that concept.
The talking about would do wrong when you understand that. A man come down in the Caribbean here and blast up all them ships and all them little boats on them. You know, nobody is talking about the likey. How that can happen? What people thinking? What we thinking? Come on. Venezuela right, Venezuela help countries help me, but lower and to raise the economy, wherever. But all you're talking bad about Venezuela. And all you love Trump, a man who just come and kill innocent people. That is right thinking. All you come on, man, all you make sense for me to go forward. Makes sense. My friend, have a good morning.
Yeah, you too have a good morning. But to be fair, that's not what they're saying in terms of the actions of the U.S. in the region, right? They're saying that is narco-terrorists. They're saying that is the attack and that is the fight that is being perpetuated at this point in time, and that is where these serious actions are being taken against. I'm just saying, I'm putting it into context, not speaking to whether I agree or not on it. Good morning, Mr. West. Welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford, one has to first appreciate the nature of the politics in Trinidad. It's adversarial.
Yeah.
And I've been here for the last 10 years. I didn't leave the country for too long, and I follow the politics. And I think I understand the politics there. And over the last 10 years, it was clear to everybody in Trinidad that the last government was closely aligned to the Maduro government. That's a fact.
Yeah.
You can't get away from that. I saw it on television. I saw who came in here. I heard who came in here 2 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the morning. In the midst of sanctions and all that kind of thing. We knew that. We knew when I was here when they said they transported food stuff, some $15 million or some $16 million of food down to Venezuela during COVID. We know that, and we know for a fact that the incumbent is somewhat aligned to the other side. So to say that, you know, that's a fact. And the nature of the politics there has been adversarial. And nobody can twist the saying and twist it and tie it here and turn it here to confuse or to bamboozle people. The facts are there.
Yeah.
They say raise itself up couture. The facts speak for itself. Understand that. And the question about this gas. Some of them look, I speak my mind. Some of them were quite confident that even if when the UNC would have won the election, they had it in their mind that gas deal would have collapsed. And they long for that. So the fact remains that whatever happened in Venezuela, because of the closeness between Venezuela and Maduro and the PNM, they knew that somehow this relationship with this dragon gas would have collapsed. They knew that and they expected that. So I don't know where they're going with this thing.
Yeah.
Right? And the question of this the renewal of this license. Even if America, once the tension between America and Venezuela continues, the dragon gas deal would always be in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Because even if you sign and America and Venezuela continue to be in this continue to be disputed, the fact remains is that you're not going to get an OFAC license. They withdraw it under Biden. Right? It was under Trump, and they withdrew it, and they gave it back when Rubio went to Jamaica, and after the Secretary of State, the Department of State, gave them the OFAC license, and then after, when the CP1, they went there, and then they got this license. So the fact remains is that what can stop them from withdrawing it in the future? So you're waiting on everything hinges on the relationship between Venezuela to a large extent and America
and the United States.
And so don't get. You could have an OFAC license. You could have an OFAC license. Not an OFAC license. You could have a deal or deals, and you do not get an OFAC license and sanction remain on Venezuela. You can't get no gas. And I told you yesterday where the gas, the dragon gas is really coming out of the Venezuela. You have to pay for it. It's not free. Yeah. And I told you the risk. And I'm also telling you, with respect to this, so they're saying that everything, the deal collapsed, but yesterday I was listening to the parliament, and unfortunately, I don't normally listen to it, and I heard Jeremy, the Attorney General, spoke about this, the Banity Lorraine, and we know what is that. And he's saying, well, look, they deunitize that gas, that area the gas is in, because part of it is on Trinidad side, territorial waters, and the other part is on the Lorraine part is on Venezuela side.
Yeah.
And then he went back to say that the deal, the agreement was signed when he was in under Patrick Manning. So they come and they tell you, Rowley and Stuart Young, they develop all these things and they agree to all that and all the hard work. Discounting what Patrick Manning would have done, discounting what the people would have done under Kamala Prasad, because they believe on what you call the great man theory, where only an individual could in fact make great things happen. We don't believe in that, and the fact remains is that, and what he's saying, so if in fact the Shell is going ahead with the Manatee, and they are saying, but I don't think when Delcy would have said she thought that she scrap all or put
suspend.
Yeah, I don't know whether she suspended that because there's an agreement with that.
Yeah.
And if she throw it in the air in terms of saying, well, look, let's throw it up, repudiate it, then there's a dispute. And how we said we can settle the dispute by way of negotiation, we can go by good offices or mediation, we can go with respect to arbitration, and eventually the CCJ. But the fact remains is that you can't just unilaterally come back. You decide to sell me a house. I pay for the house. The house is the deed transfer to me, and then you come in and say, I want back my land. That can't happen.
Yeah.
And that would further again aggravate the Americans.
Yeah.
Because you're saying that Trinidad or she's the lackey. The fact remains is that is where you're looking for more. So people don't understand what's going on. I don't understand international politics. I don't want to get into it. But first, these people who are running around, those surrogates, minions, or how you call them, they must understand the fundamentals of international politics and diplomacy when you come in on the radio to spread propaganda. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. The tensions between Venezuela and the United States are going to come to some head, and they will be sorted out not too far in the future. For a matter of fact, as I said yesterday, Mr. Trump and Jaime, the president of China, are meeting, and they will discuss Venezuela as well. It's part of a larger issue taking place. And when they come to a resolution, then we will see forward action in terms of how we are able to go forward, realizing economic benefit from our neighbors, with our neighbors, right? Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, son. Good morning.
Hey, morning, Granny. Welcome.
Right. One ship ran here. Have the PNM people to do this. One old Indian woman, the Prime Minister of the country, and one old white man have the PNM and the PNM people to do this. Eh? Things must come to an end. Right, and things, we have to say, we hope for better and for things to go better.
Yeah.
Right, but what it is, the PNM opposition, that is how she served like if she is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. What it is, the PNM opposition, they were there for 10 years. What help they give immediately to Jamaica? I haven't heard anything. You understand? And all them PNM callers, I haven't heard anything. You know what Trump did? Immediate help for Jamaica. World news. You know, India is going to help Jamaica. My government of Trinidad and Tobago don't announce it. She is going to help the Jamaicans. A young fellow, 45 years of age, is not a rich man. He organized the two containers pack up already. They is going to help Jamaica. What me and Motley going to help Jamaica? She pushing she mouth like a dirty apron. What she helping Jamaica? That is what you have to study. To help, we need help. Don't push confusion. Help. We need America done help Dominica. So what you want to done help Dominica.
Yeah.
And you see, what me and what we do with you pushing mouth and all them push mouth. PNM, what the opposition leader doing? PNM have all the country money. So much million for this, so much million for this. What they doing, they could do. If say what TNT, a young Indian boy, Raven Singh, have nothing. And they could send containers. What happened to the opposition leader? The PNM and all them PNM mouthpiece. Thank you, Sam. God bless you. God bless you.
Yeah, God bless you too. Take care. Morning, brother. You're trying to get back in, so go ahead.
Yeah, morning, my brother. Granny, go and drink some water. Drink some water. Yes. I just took a more trendy after listening to Mr. Wednesday.
Leave yourself now. You say it's Panadol, now you're saying Morchin.
I'm taking Morchin.
Sense does hit your head. I remember, sometimes it's not one person correct, you know. There are different views and perspectives on things. And this is wider than just Trinidad and Venezuela. Obviously, is Venezuela and America. And it's not just Venezuela and America as well, brother. It is Venezuela and China and BRICS as well. There's global competition as well. One of the largest floating production and storage facilities by the Chinese is in Maracaibo right now. 60,000 barrels a day by 2026. So the same thing Exxon doing in Guyana, which they were doing in Venezuela, China is now doing in Maracaibo in Venezuela. And Venezuela is inviting, and Russia and China are extending their presence economically.
You're totally correct. Mr. Ford, you're correct enough.
Yeah, so we have to understand where we are.
I just saw where Mr. Donald Trump was on he was traveling to Asia and so on. he met with China, and they're doing business. Now we know that both China and America they give them a lot of tariffs and so on, and as the case may be. But here it is on the news last night. China and Donald Trump were shaking hands.
Yeah.
So you are totally correct. You are totally correct. It's business is business. I totally agree with you. I'm not doubting that.
And I'm telling you, the Chinese premier and the president of America discussed Venezuela because Venezuela is the largest proven oil reserves, and Mr. Maduro moving towards. Not just moving, he has already moved, but moving so significantly towards Russia and China and BRICS, etc., is a threat to the status quo, what exists to the imperial or whatever power that America feels it have. Remember how they treated Cuba. Now Venezuela, so close as well, with such huge reserves of it's an issue for them. So it's much bigger than us.
You are correct. I based on what I've seen, what I've seen last night, and then listening to what you are saying there. You are correct. I'm not doubting it at all because I've seen it. Mr. West, something don't get between that IPCOM.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, the IPCOM thing. That's nothing serious.
That's good for my program. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, the IPCOM thing, man.
Once all descend into Latin language, all go ahead now, man.
Mr. West is a gentleman. I know he's a gentleman.
And you are an intelligent person as well. I understand that. So, no problem.
I just wanted to I want to ask you a question, Mr. Ford. When Mr. West mentioned that the UNC knew that it was a failure with the Dragon deal, he mentioned that just now that he knew it was a failure. They know that it would have failed. I'm trying to understand now that the PNM got out of power. When she got into power, she said that it's dead. Meaning, well,
it was dead. It was dead. It was dead before the election.
But now
it certainly contributed a little bit to people saying, "Look, they failed to do." You know, yeah.
So my question to you is, Mr. Ford, if they knew that it would have failed under the PNM, and now that your command it was resurrected, it have life now. I just want to know what's the difference now. What did the UNC do different? Or is doing different to say that, okay, it was dead then, it was no good, we knew it would have failed, but all of a sudden now you know it will succeed. That is my question to Mr. Ford.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, thank you very much. And that's not challenging to answer. I was going to take the call before. Sorry about that, callers. I know quite a few people trying to get in. And that's not difficult to answer. One of the harsher partners within this entire issue, in my opinion, is the United States. They have been extremely harsh, especially under Mr. Trump, in the way that they do business. They come hard initially, and if they feel that they get, in his words, a good deal, then they soften up a bit. And the current Prime Minister has approached the situation from that perspective, going to the harsh and coming back. And I anticipate in the future that this will be realized. It will be realized in the future. And it may be still under the Maduro regime. That is the nature of politics. And when there's an issue between two groups, two people or whatever, sometimes you cuss the weaker party to who is against you, because you could, right? Maduro could say certain things about Kamala, etc., whatever, and he can't really, or it doesn't make sense for him to really say it about the United States too much. But we should not get too caught up in that. We should try to pull back tensions. We should try to guard what is being said as much as possible. But I believe that in the future we will realize this, and not the distant future, you know, that we will realize dragon gas. There are challenges globally with what is taking place, and those things are being ironed out now. And there should be a resolution sooner rather than later. We just have to hope that it does not involve military conflict on any scale. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Mr. Baka, I just want to ask you one question.
Yeah, sure. Feel free.
Some send things Jamaica, right?
Yeah, of course.
No, I know hear somebody say that, right?
Yeah.
Hear how we thinking. We was oppression and slavery was nothing. Kill we, and because you give you kill innocent people, and then you give Jamaica something, so you're a good person. Come on now, man.
Right.
Innocent, like you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm the praising him. All the serious. So all you can tell me, you can tell me, slavery was nothing. So that was all right. Because we get reparation money. You understand?
Well, we ain't get no reparation money, but I understand what you're saying. If we get reparation, you want to say the slave master was good. Yeah.
Do we what they want? But just give me two balls to lick, man. You understand? We must go and live on no oppression, right? Come on, man. Only making sense a little bit more, so that's plenty. My friend, have a good morning.
Yeah, man, have a good morning. I understand what you're trying to say. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Morning, sir.
Hey, morning. Welcome.
Okay. Now, I don't know if people know what is really happening.
Just step away from the radio or something. I just not hearing you as clearly as I would like to hear you.
Okay. Right, I'm not on the radio.
Better. Go ahead. Yeah, I hear you better. Yeah.
Now, people might know what is really happening. So let me just throw in this 2 cents here. America used to be taking oil by Exxon and giving 1% royalty to Venezuela. Chavez came and said, hey, we need more. This is our oil. You all are raping the country's resources. They say, America said no. And that caused the whole problem because Chavez said, okay, you say no, well, I say go. And nobody tells America to create America to go. And that is the start and genesis of this whole problem.
Facts.
What we have now is the reason why it is Venezuela is demonizing the present Prime Minister is because she is the one who run out of sense and tell America, go ahead, kill them with impunity. Sir, you cannot support extrajudicial murder. Call it whatever you want, regardless of whether they're drug dealers, whatever. You do not support extrajudicial murders. When it starts happening in our country, with our little black boy, and they said, well, no, he was looking like a criminal, so we shoot him. Remember the young boy who was running for his life from a criminal, and he jumped in a person yard, and she killed him? She said he looked like a bandit. Extrajudicial killings. Is it going to be good for us then? We have to be careful the precedents we are setting. Now that Trump has attacked us, wants to attack a sovereign country for their resources, can we tell Russia anything about the attack against Ukraine? Can we now tell Israel anything at all? Are we understanding what we are supporting? We are supporting anarchy. Either you have a rule for all or rule for none. And we are creating a disaster in the world by supporting this. We will end up on the wrong side of history and a history of infamy. we will not be looking good in history because of what we are supporting. They are trying to use Venezuela as also a NATO Vietnam. And instead of Russia testing their arms against America, it will be America testing their arms against China. You see, China have the J-20, and they have a new supersonic bomber that making Mach 6. Sir, and Trump come out with the largest aircraft carrier in the world. They're showing off their arms to prove a point. And the most dangerous thing is that Russia sent nuclear warhead in Venezuela. When a man has nothing more to lose, he is most dangerous. We have to be careful we don't push Maduro too far that he believes he has nothing left to live for, and he pressed a button.
Yeah, we ain't pushing. Yeah, we ain't pushing. It's not Trinidad and Tobago pushing.
But no. But
yeah. Trust me, as much as the conversation is around, that's because we in Trinidad and Tobago, as much as the conversation is around Trinidad and the relations and the talk, between me and you, I think the regime in Venezuela also understands that that is just talk between us. And I telling you, I'm asking you.
What's going on in Venezuela yesterday, where they had put on the pictures of the Prime Minister?
All that. You know how much American flag does burn and how much picture of Biden, Trump, everything burn. Brother, the least of it is Trinidad and Tobago. Yes, we are in the crosshairs of the talk that is going on, but everybody, even they understand. They
don't have eye, and fallout of war is not a nice thing.
Yeah.
Because it will spill over our country, and not understanding that we are like less than what, 7 miles from Venezuela.
Yeah. You look outside, I don't know how cloudy it is from where I am, probably on top of the building, I could see Venezuela. So, yeah, I mean, reality, that's the reality of it. So, I understand what you're saying as well. I also see, thank you very much, brother, and thank you for the historical...
Why did 300 English soldiers came in Trinidad? Let me ask that question.
Yeah, man. Thank you for the historical context as to what took place as well. And we have another example of Exxon in Guyana as well, with the terrible oil deal that they had gotten initially. And, you know, even the president of Guyana stating when interviewed that I can't really change what was signed before. And of course it was not his administration. But literally his hands were tied in the sense that even though the deal was so terrible, it got condemnation from all kind of international opinions. He couldn't change it. Good morning, brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you going?
Hi there, man. Not too bad. Welcome.
Yeah, likewise. Well, I'll say this quickly, right, brother? And I'll say this in a sort of partial defense of you. I will say it again. You are your father's son, but you are not your father. Why sometimes you will have, yes, everyone is entitled to their opinion, right? But you have a caller sometimes who will want to come and go personal. You went in Libya. Why do you still try to, because you are Yassin Abubakar's son? Come on.
I didn't hear that a caller talk about me in Libya.
Yeah, no, a particular caller was speaking to you and he said, well, come on. He went to school, he studied in Libya. Come on, where that coming?
I ain't even hear that. I feel like it's one of them who spawn a filter sometimes, you know.
Yeah, that particular one, you know. But anyhow, I mean, we are entitled because they have their agenda.
Libya at that point in time was a beautiful place under the leader, Mr. Gaddafi. I mean, and up to now, people look at him and what he was able to accomplish in Libya.
Because I would say this too. As I told you before, my father had knew your father, and I remember once before before 1990, and I heard him comment about Libya.
Yeah.
He says, beautiful country. That's probably the only time I would want to get met your father. But I was as a boy. But come on, but I mean, everyone entitled to their view.
Yeah.
And it's simple with the politics of taking. That's international politics. It's just that we have to make sure we are aware of what is taking place. Because a former member of the organization back then in 1990 would have told me once, who was one of your father's close lieutenants. He said the greatest jihad in life is fighting against oneself. Fix your house first.
Yeah.
So I'm making sure I am in order, my household, my family, but I'm also being attentive as to what is taken.
Yeah, man.
Because my place is to be what I am. I'm not a politician, but I'm paying attention. So locked on, listen, have a great day. Alaikum, Trinidad and Tobago, and everybody. Whether red, yellow, black, blue, we are all one country. So locked on and listen. Be safe.
Yeah, man. Walaikum salam. Take care. Yeah. I had a tremendous 2 years in Libya, and the opportunity to study with so many people from different countries, right? And an international school there. Still, I have excellent friends from China to Nigeria, all over the world, right? That I forged those relationships with in Libya. And of course, I have seen firsthand what happens when the invaders come and they destroy your country and they divide it as well, and then exploit it. Exploit the sweet crude that Libya has and leave it in a mess, you know. That's what they do. Because in the chaos and the turmoil, they thrive. And I was telling you all about Guyana as well. International commentators, when it was leaked how bad the deal was for Guyana in terms of their revenue from Exxon's initial projects, people were upset about it. And the subsequent deals had to be improved. It is greed, as one of the callers saying, is greed that drives the actions of some of these multinationals that are associated with nation states as well. And you have alternatives now in the world where people come to you with better business. And it is almost as though people tell you, you can't do business with anybody else. We will remove you. And that is not... That's not a world that we want. And the Chinese Prime Minister would have spoken about it as well. He would have said that we continue to descend in a way where the person with the biggest stick, the biggest club, caveman days, who's the most brutal and vicious, is the one who thinks he dominates and wants to run the world. And that's not something that we should accept. But again, we understand the brutishness, and in our position that we have inherited over time and that is established in Trinidad, who don't understand that is them, we have to maneuver carefully. We have to maneuver carefully for our survival and our future. That is how challenging it is. And we just need to understand that. So a lot of conversation around, and yes, it is adversarial in nature, the politics, but for the population, let us be more aware and conscious. Just a minute to go, you get the last call.
Peace be upon you, brother Fuad.
Hey, and peace be upon you as well. Welcome.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, brother, just a short input. You know, our battle is not really with flesh and bone. That's what we have to keep focusing on.
Yeah.
Not living with flesh and bone. That's not what the battle is. But brother, you're doing such a wonderful job. I just wanted to commend you and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much, brother. Blessings to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, and that's a good note to end on as well. Let us understand what is taking place and let us try to forge a way forward that is good and right. All right. So blessings to all of Trinidad and Tobago. I could quote you words of Mr. Maduro. He say he want peace, right? Not war. Blessings to Trinidad and peace and love to everyone. Take care.
And listen to the Master's Radio.
You are invited to join Pastor Morris Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and on Friday evening